Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is about one of the rule which is actually you should always keep in mind. So if you started in your career and if you're started earning the money, and even it doesn't matter if you're already working from so many years, if you don't know this rule, so this is one of the basic rule you can keep in mind. This will always help you to grow your wealth. So this is called 50-30-20 rule. Of course, I think there is a mistake here. I think it is also not the mistake. I think you can also change the ratios here little bit here and there. But however, 50-30-20 rule is very important one. You can keep in mind. So if you're getting a salary, you should always think that 50% you're going to spend on the needs. For example, rent or EMI or whatever, food expenses, transportation, medical expenses, education, and all these things are the needs. And 30% rule actually is investment. That's why, I mean, if you are not started the SIP, so the market is at almost like 2 years low now. So this is the right time. You can think of investing either lump sum, or you can also think of starting a SIP, so that at least SIP is nothing but a systematic investment plan where you can keep on investing the money in the mutual fund houses where there is a fund manager and he will manage the money. So that could be that. Otherwise, if you don't have emergency fund, you can also build that by SIP method. Every month you keep putting some money either into FD or into savings account. Then you can build a emergency fund, and it could be also knowledge. If you want to do some course or something, that you can invest there, and also stocks or crypto or real estate and other things. I think the one beauty with equity is you can also invest as less as possible. Usually if it is real estate means usually you need big amount of money. Even if you want to buy a site or apartment and all, I think it's too expensive. But advantage with mutual fund or stocks is you can invest as less as 500 also. So another 10% you can 10 or 20%, I think, depending upon your aggressiveness. If you want to achieve your financial independence, for example, let's say if you are 20 years old or 25 years, if you started earning, then if you want to get retired by 45 or 50, then you can start pumping 40% of the money. Then you can achieve your goal earlier. I think that's why. So bonds you should try to spend 20%. This is what the rule. I think restaurants, movies, if you want to have vacations, I mean, that's why, I mean, every year you should think of keep a budget of 20%. If you want to do a vacation, you should not go every year. Then you can keep on pumping that money into a mutual fund or somewhere. It'll keep growing. Then I think you can think of going vacation. Either it doesn't matter whether it's within India or it could be also foreign trips. So you can pump in the money so that you can grow your corpus. With that corpus you can go to trip, so vacations, or it could be also some luxury items. If you want to buy some electronics also, you can think of SIP, because if you don't want to overshoot from here, I think there is also one thing called gratification, postponing gratification. That means if you want to buy now, if you don't have that much, if it is not coming under 10% or 20% budget, you can also think of postponing it for 1 year or 2 year, so that you can save the money, and then you can buy whatever the electronics, if you want iPhone or other things. If you should not never buy the in SIP, sorry, in loan, so you will end up paying huge amount of interest. Actually, if you take a personal loan, for example, it will be 17-18%. That is too expensive. And I mean, other than the this house loan or home loan, which is actually at maybe 7.5% or something. So all other loans are very expensive, and you should also think of whether you are taking a loan for asset, or whether you're taking a loan for uh, for the liability. If you, for example, buying a car, iPhone, and all the other electronics, maybe they are actually kind of liabilities. You should never take the loan for that. Instead, you keep on accumulating the money, and then you can buy it at the end of 1 year or 2 years or 3 year. I think that's why it's important that if you know this strategy, then you can think of, okay, investment means I'm never going to stop my SIP. Then if you want to buy something here, then you can keep on accumulating the money, and then you can buy the next year or the other year, like that. So if you don't know this rule, then you will end up spending here and there. Then you will never have any plan at all for the investment. So that's why it's very important to keep this 50-30-20 rule. It's very important one. Keep it in mind. and this will always help you. So once whatever you're buying, you think about this role. If it is shooting over 20% of any need, then you can think of actually, of postponing it.